Yedid nefesh, yedid nefesh, av harachaman meshoch, avdach eretz onach, oyarutz, avdach kemo, Let's try that again with me. Ay, 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 Yedid nefesh, av harachaman mishoch, avdach eretz onach, oyarutz, avdach kemo, ayal yishtacha, ve'el mul hadarach, ay, 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 ay.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Where'd you all come from? I mean, but I get it, because this is the confluence of three, in fact, different events. And you get to enjoy each other, and the fact that you all came out, maybe for something a little bit different, but we're all tied by that common cord, which is called oneg. And when we get to eat together, there's a little thank you so much for everybody who helped put this out tonight, this lovely, lovely spread. We hope you got to have a little nourishment, especially if you're a kid under 5, that should help. But we are so happy to welcome all of those who are here for our friends Emery and Leo Teal. Anybody in the house for these two fine youngsters who just got back from Israel and may have had their B'nai Mitzvah on the top of Masada. So we get to hear about that in a little while. John and Jen Teal, we are very, very happy that you're sharing your kids with us, because we want the full blow by blow. I want to hear about every falafel and hummus you got to eat. And we also welcome everybody who is here to celebrate Eat, Play, Pray. Eat, Play, Pray is our new awesome program that brings together young families with their kids, and even kids like Kayla, who may opt to actually sit in services. Didn't you understand the macaroni and cheese and all that out there? But here you are, girlfriend, I love it. So those young folks who are here with us tonight, some of them are often babysitting, but we also have these friends who are really making this happen. I want to give a big shout out to David Marcus and to Nathan Render, who really helped pull this together, parents in our religious school. Finally, Jennifer, where are you at, girl? There she is, Jenna Scher, our executive director, who's been here for, I'm gonna call it 8 years. Not that it feels like 8 years, but all of the gratitude that this room shares for you and beyond, we want you to just sponge it up tonight. So we're so happy to be able to give you a bracha as you go on your way, a blessing as you go on to your next professional adventure, but you stay right here with us as congregants, the whole Scher family. So as we begin tonight, everybody, I would like you to just imagine the people that are maybe not in this room, but maybe you hold them somewhat responsible for like actually bringing you here. Maybe it's people who have passed on. Maybe it's people, could be the people right next to you. You could just turn to them and say, Toda, Toda. Thank you for helping me bring me here tonight. You might be married to that person. You might want to be married to that person. I don't know. But you have the opportunity right now to thank everybody around you. Thank you for bringing me to Shabbat tonight and for giving me this beautiful reason to enjoy and to celebrate. I'd like to now call up the whole Teal family to light our Shabbat candles. As you have all, you haven't met these two people quite yet. They are very fun to learn with, very fun to get to know. And Jen has served on our board. John, you have been the faithful shepherd also, you know, getting everybody here when they needed to be. So let's light the candles, everybody, and really bring in the warmth and the joy of this Shabbat.
We'll join with the Teal family as we sing the blessing all together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Praised are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe. You've commanded us with your mitzvot. You guys can do the hugging, kissing, family stuff, you know. You have commanded us with your commandments, commanding us to light these Shabbat lights. Mazal Tov. We're going to hear from our friends Leo and Emery in a little bit. But first, everybody, we would like to also invite up right now Jenna with her family, if they're here. Are they here? Evan just stepped out? Evan, sure. Okay, well, let's pretend they're here. But what we do want to say to you, Jenna, and this is only a fraction of really what we can say, and I might as well ask our staff, if you can, to just come up here and participate in this blessing. We are so delighted for you. I want to share a little bit of Torah with you, Jenna, and it comes from the Talmud. It says the following: Rabbi Yirmiyah Amar ha'osek b'tzorchei tzibur ke'osek b'divrei Torah. Rabbi, oh, hello. Rabbi Yirmiyah said, the one occupied with the needs of the community is like one who is occupied with matters of Torah. Jenna, you, from the day that you stepped in my office and we got to have a conversation about your switching from jobs into a possible role as our executive director, I got a sense immediately of your passion for Yiddishkeit, for not just being Jewish, but expressing it, being very free in telling your story, your unique story of being a Jew in the world, of marrying a Jew in the world, of raising Jewish kids, of being very, very much sort of enchanted with this world of Jewish learning. And one of the best things that I can say about Jenna is that not only has she completely been behind the scenes, every one of those years, you may have remembered us schlepping through the desert
The really
of
easy,
Columbus East
the
Side.
really easy years for Temple Israel.
Yeah, those are
selling
the easy
a building,
years.
COVID,
The salad
all of
days,
those.
right? But, with every one of those little moves from 5419 downtown to 431 East Broad, and then moving over to 3100 East Broad, through all of it, you were like the glue, the devik that brought us together. And so now, in our moment of like really landing, we're excited for you to go with Evan and maybe see him more often a little bit, to enjoy Miles and Ezra, your kids, as they get to kind of frolic and own this place, which is the best thing you could say about kids in shul. We want them to feel so at home here. And we know you're not going far, but thank you for demonstrating that every day you come here, you are brightening this place, not only with your dedication to the tzibur, to the community, but also you represent Torah in the most beautiful way, that there are things to learn. You admit when you don't know things. We're always talking about getting to yes in all the ways we can. And with every one of the days that you came here, I think you came with Torah in your heart, and I want to thank you for that. So thank you so much. We're going to give you a little blessing. Stop crying. Don't cry. We want to give you a blessing, and so if all of us want to come, do you guys want to come up, staff? Come here, staff. Let's bless our friend as she goes off on her way. And we're going to wave to Rabbi Sam also. And with this, I hope that you'll come back and keep on telling us how to have a good time. We'll miss
Champagne.
you. There it is, champagne. So here we go. Let's make this blessing.
Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and keep you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka.
May God shine God's face upon you and be gracious to you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha ve'asem lecha shalom.
May the Holy One of blessing lift up God's face to you and show you a path of nothing but exciting adventures and so many paths of ease, and also of so much love and peace.
Amen.
We love you. Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
And because she loves celebrating her birthday, we're just going to do it every year. It's going to turn into Jenna Sure Day. She does not like celebrating her birthday with us. Jenna, thank you. So many more words and sentiments. And friends, what I will ask you to do is, if you have had an experience with Jenna that you're just appreciative for, maybe you never got to thank her, this would be a good time to write that note, not in services. Don't text her right now, but make sure that you send those words of gratitude and thanks along.
Friends, you should all have a prayer book, a siddur, and as we bring in Shabbat, we sing and beautiful psalms and read beautiful poetry, both in traditional Hebrew and English. And we begin together on page 12 with the singing of Lechu Neranena, Come, let us sing joyously to God. Lechu Neranena Adonai, lechu neranena l'Adonai. I sing Naria, your turn. Naria litzur shenu nekadma v'na betoda. Let's try that again. Naria litzur yished. That's it. Nu nekadma. Lechu neranena l'Adonai, lechu neranena l'Adonai. Naria, litzur yishedu nekadma fana betoda. Naria, litzur
with us to page 15, if you will, friends. The bottom of the page, this is Psalm 98. And when a psalm comes up with a word like victory, that God has won God's victory, I think it's eminently, even if it feels like a far-off concept, it is clear to me that victory is won when people show up in praise, in gratitude, bringing something of an elevated consciousness to the lives that we get to live. So that's where God is victorious. Let's read this together. A psalm. Sing to Adonai a new song. For God has worked wonders. God's right hand, God's holy arm has won God victory. Adonai has manifested God's victory, has displayed God's triumph in the sight of the nations. God was mindful of God's steadfast love and faithfulness toward the house of Israel. All the ends of the earth beheld the victory of our God. Raise a shout to Adonai, all the earth. Break into joyous songs of praise. 1 year ago in Colleyville, Texas, there was a near tragedy that happened in the Jewish community, but it didn't. And we are very, very grateful to all those folks who are persistent about their Jewish identities and keeping on going. And we are also very grateful for all of the security that we always enjoy. We are turning now to page 16. At the top of the page, Zamru Ladonai, sing a song of gratitude.
Zamru Ladonai bechinor, bechinor v'kol zimra, bechatzotrot v'kol shofar. Hariu lifnei hamelech Adonai.
Officially welcome Shabbat in all of its gorgeousness on page 20 with Lecha Dodi. We imagine the Shabbat coming in the form of this beautiful regal figure just dazzling us. And if you think about how much you wanted to take a nap all week, that's the dazzle right there. That's what you get on Shabbat. Turn to page 20, please. Lecha Dodi.
Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Pnei Shabbat, Lekabela. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Pnei Shabbat, Lekabela. Shamor לקראת כלה, פני שבת, נקבלה, לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת, נקבלה, לקראת שבת, לכו ונלכה, כי מקור הברכה מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה, לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת, נקבלה, לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת, נקבלה.
Verse 5.
התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי, 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 שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה, לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת, נקבלה, לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת, נקבלה.
We greet Shabbat with a bow. Verse 9.
בואי ושלום, עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה, לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת, נקבלה, לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת, נקבלה, לך דודי, לך דודי, לך דודי, לך דודי.
Please be seated, everybody. With our Chatzi Kaddish, we take a pause on page 26.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה,
אמן.
ועמד יברח חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי כל בית ישראל, בגלה בגלה ובזמן קריב אמרו אמן. יהי שמרה במבורך לעולם ולעולם מעלמיה, יתברך יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם וינשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי לקודשה בריחו לעילם מן קומרתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דמירן בעלמה ויאמרו אמן.
Turning to page 28, we now rise as we are able for Baruch Hu, calling us to attentive spiritual awakening in this moment. Thank God for bringing us to this moment of praise and of centeredness.
Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Barechu et Adonai hamevorach. Baruch Adonai.
Taking a seat, friends, we turn now to page 30, and on page 30 is this blessing for all those things we may have not noticed, such as the fact that the days and the nights have blended together, but in this way that only God can make happen, and nature in the universe, and everything God created, we have day and night, which we praise right now as this new day begins. Page 30. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, ruling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tzvaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening.
Baruch atah Adonai, Amariv, Aravim.
We always have at least one extra rabbi in the crowd. Thank you, Dad, very much. My father-in-law, Rabbi Alvin Mars. But we also have Rabbi Gary Huber here tonight, and I just want to recognize you, my friend. Thank you for sharing your Torah. As your wife knows, long after you retire, the Torah keeps going, doesn't it? I know, and we're so happy to see you. If you'll turn with us, please, to page 33, thanking the Holy One for this Torah that continually gives us wisdom. Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol. All these things your Torah gives to us, and the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. What could be a truer token of your abiding love than this holiest of your works and the living language that gives it form?
Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Ready, Shema. Yisrael, Adonai, Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
Page 36.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha ubechol nafshecha ubechol meodecha ve'hayu
הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם
Adonai Elohechem Emet. Yasher kochachem. Now, you can be seated for now, but we will call you back. But before you go, I just have to say that, I've watched Emery and Leo grow and blossom here. They were my first tots when I ever came here. So you becoming B'nai Mitzvah, and as your mom and I, over 2 years ago, were talking about this dream of you going to Eretz Yisrael. I said, but wait, can I come? Because I have to be there with you and watching you. And just so it's so powerful and poignant and special for me to daven, to pray next to you, visualizing how you've already become B'nai Mitzvah and you already have been leaders in our community and here to share with our community. So Yasher Koach, I can't wait to hear your experiences and your comments about your experience. But I just personally say Mazal Tov to you singing the Shema with me. Yasher Koach.
Well done, friends. Turning with the Cantor to page 40.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני מי כמוך נדר בקודש נורא תהילות עושה Nora, Tehilot, Ose, Felem, Micha, Mocha, Baelim Adonai, Micha, Mocha, מלכותך ראו בניך בוקיים לפני משה ומרים זה לי ענו ואמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גל ישראל.
Let's turn to page 42, a blessing of Hashkivenu. Keep us all safe. And on the next page, for Shabbat, when we sing V'Shamru, keep us safe, O God, the rest of the week. Allow us to come in peace on Shabbat.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom v'hamidenu shomrenu lechayim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom v'hamidenu ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, וביום השביעי שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת.
One of my favorite Israeli authors is known for his short stories. His name is Etgar Keret. He's really wonderful. If you like Ira Glass, he was just on This American Life. And he told, they had this great little repartee going, the two of them. They're good friends, it turns out. And Etgar Keret was talking about his love of stories. Where did it come from? Is it just a Jewish thing? Because, you know, Jews love stories. That's the whole Passover thing. That's why we retell this and retell. It's the whole reason we tell Torah. You know, we read Torah. So the reason he says that he loved stories, I'm getting to you, don't worry. Don't worry, Emery and Leo, I'm getting there. So the whole reason that he loves stories so much and decided to write them is because his mother, who he has a very close relationship with, when she was growing up in Poland during World War II, she was always treated to the only gift her parents could give her, because they couldn't always get food for her when she wanted it. They couldn't always get clothing for her if she wanted it. So during wartime, the greatest gift that they got were stories. And these stories were not the stories that you or I grew up with. They were always new, every single time. It was always invented just for her. And she passed that on to her son. So Etgar says this: during wartime, the greatest gifts that she got from her parents were the stories that they told her, because they couldn't give her those other things she needed. They could only tell her stories, and they would put all the love and knowledge and imagination into it. And so these stories would be amazing. And she would tell them, when they would begin the story, that she would be afraid that she would fall asleep in the middle. That happens to most parents as they're telling their children bedtime stories. I can speak from experience. And then, if you fall asleep in the middle, they would never finish the story. That's such a Jewish idea. You know, it happens sometimes at weddings, that you have a tish where the groom traditionally would start giving a Devar Torah and everybody interrupts him, so he can never finish. They start, you know, you'll never finish your Devar Torah. It's an ongoing story. So I love that so much. And because all these other things were missing, the story represented so much. He says, so basically nobody will know how the story ends. So my mom, he says, kind of grew up about this idea that a story was a kind of hug or kiss, or it was just something that you give or share with somebody that you love a lot. Well, we love the Teals a lot. And we love the fact that not only did you go away and bring me back that falafel and hummus I'm waiting for, but you took notes along the way. And when you were up on Masada, I don't know if you were feeling that you could even think straight, because when you're in the moment, it's very hard, right? To say, take this in, take this in. But I believe that tonight you're going to share a little bit of your story with us, and we receive it as a hug that you give us, and we want you to feel the hug right back that we're giving to you guys. So we know that the story continues and it never, ever ends. I would like to first invite up Emery to give us some words of, in other words, Leo. That's what I meant by Emery. And so Leo, will you come up and treat us to some words of your own story, please, my friend? And I'm going to ask you to speak right into this guy. Nice and loud. There you go.
Some of my main thoughts about my Israel trip are, learning the Torah was very challenging, but I persisted and I feel very proud of myself. I liked going to the Dead Sea and an archaeological dig site, and I got to dig. If I go back, I would definitely go to Tel Aviv. And some of the things that I found out that I liked about Israel is all the hotels are very good. You get used to keeping kosher, and then you come back and it all feels weird. You have the chance to climb one of the most holy mountains in Israel, and there are a ton of things you can do, like make stuff and explore cool places.
Awesome. Thank you, Leo. Yasher koach.
Yasher koach.
Just out of curiosity, what do you think is so fun about Tel Aviv? I mean, I'm a Jerusalem person myself. A lot of stuff is happening. Most of it you should stay away from. Just saying. Okay. You did? Okay, good. But aspire, my friend, aspire. Emery, you ready to tell us?
Yes.
Okay, so just speak right into that. You know what I'm going to do?
Yeah.
Let's do this. Can you hold it there? Or would you like me to?
I can hold it.
You got it.
All right. To start off, the food there was amazing. I particularly enjoyed eating Israeli salad, fresh squeezed pomegranate juice, and some cheesy pastry I cannot remember the name of for the life of me. I really enjoyed reading the Torah. It felt nice knowing that the words I was saying and the way I was saying them were the same words in the same way that they had been spoken for generations and generations. I really enjoyed being in the mystical city of Tzafat. I liked riding camels, and I enjoyed going to historical sites, like the world's first synagogue. All in all, I love Israel, and I want to go back as soon as humanly possible. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Shikoach. Yeah, shikoach.
Well done. You're awesome. You're awesome. Thank you very much, Teals. And I feel very tempted to ask the parents what you got out of the experience. Do you want to share?
I can share one thing. Okay. So I don't need notes.
Yeah, you can stand right here.
I've thought about this a little bit, and like every day since we've gotten back, I could list all of the places that we went, and you would know, and you would say, oh, yes, that place, and you would nod, and you'd do this thing, right? They were all amazing. What was the most amazing was being there with these people. Aw, so nice. So throughout the trip, our tour guide would call, when we would get on the bus, he would call out our families by number, and you would have to make sure your whole family was there and then say, yeah, we're here. And early on in the trip, Leo decided that when they called out family 4, which was us, we should all yell, family 4. Yay! Right? All the other families did not love us. But we were that family. I loved being that family.
Aww.
We became that family. We loved each other. We had a wonderful time together. We gelled. We didn't bicker. We didn't fight over who got to sleep where and who had their suitcase in what place. For 2 magical weeks, we were this amazing unit. And I didn't want it to end. And if that's Israel magic or bar mitzvah magic or I don't know what kind of magic, but it was fantastic, and I just never want it to end. That is what I loved about the trip.
Beautiful.
Well, John.
I was going to say all the exact same things, yeah. You think about the hardships of traveling. I was, scared to be on a plane for 12 hours in a row, and how would I survive, and what would it be like to be with them, and scary situations. And it just turned out to be wonderful the whole time. It was really great. We really didn't encounter hardships that we couldn't overcome as a family. And of course, they were not that big of hardships. We were too cold on top of mountains, and we were too hot in the desert sometimes. But it was all worth it. So I'm very glad we got to spend the time together. It's all I want to do as a dad is be with my kids in more meaningful ways, and I want to have a time machine to go back and do it again. So I greatly look forward to the opportunity to spend 2 entire weeks with them every day for every moment. And I wish I could do it again and again, because who knows if I'll ever get to again.
Family 4.
Yay, family of 4. Thank you, Sean. Awesome tough. Well, we want this to be the trip that never ends. We really do. And thank you for sharing with us that experience. And Jen and John, what a gift you gave your kids. And thank God you were able to do this. And now you guys have the special mission of sprinkling some of that love around and keeping people curious about Israel and keeping them seeing new sides of Israel and keeping them interested in hearing what it means to be a Jew who's connected to Israel. I love it all. So long may that story continue. Thank you so much. We're going to continue, everybody, in our own prayers on page 48. 46.
46. You can start.
46. 47, let's split the difference. Please rise. Please rise as we turn to our Amidah. We'll do our opening blessings together, and then we'll go into some quiet reflection, and we'll be seated whenever you're done with your own prayer.
Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise.
Page 48.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak ve'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel ve'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor ve'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim Vekonei Hakol Vezocher Chastei Avot V'imahot Umevii Geula Livnei Benehem Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava Melech Ozer Umoshia Umagen Baruch Atah Adonai Magen Avraham Be'ezrat Sarah.
Page 50.
אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע, משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל.
Page 52.
אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
Continue on page 54 all the way through page 63, continuing with our own quiet reflection, seated when we're done.
כולם יתברכו. הטוב שמך לך נהר. עושה שלום, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו והכל ידעו. לי 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 יאי לי 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 יאי יאי לי 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 יאי לי 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 עושה שלום שלום במרומיו הוא יעשה shalom. At the conclusion of our personal prayers, we also add a collective prayer for all those in our lives who need a refuat hanefesh or a refuat haguf, a full healing of body and soul. So we turn to page 253 and we sing together Misha Berach, and in between the verses, we'll have an opportunity to share those names aloud for those precious souls and bodies who we are praying for healing. Mishe Berach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Please share those names aloud now. Lev Heschel ben Batami ve'Yaakov, Necha bat Sarah Rivka, Chana Ruth bat Chanavit Theodore, Aaron David ben Pia Leah, Harav Tuvia Levi ben Yosef Tzvia Kohen Ubatya, Harav Ruvain Shlomo ben Mendel Leah, Naomi bat Miriam, Harav Yosef, Miriam bat Simcha v'Shifra, Eliana Shai bat Benyamin v'Shira Leah, Gavriela bat Nehemiah uDevorah, Rochel Shifra bat Chava Ruth, Rivka bat Avigdor Vilibi, Rachel Devora, Jerry Bain, Kayla bat Pesha, Brandon Berman, Andy Bowman, Becky Caudle, Pat Caudle, Lee Conkle, Barbara Cooper Schaefer, David Dockner. We pray for Elaine Dank Freeman, Karen Gillen, Robert Guinness, Sandy Ginsberg, Lou Guri, Warren Grove, Annette Harris, Kiana Greenwald, Ethan Kadish, Jeff Cape, Jesse Cloth, Kaya Cloth, Jerry Cruz, Brian and Jackie Kryness, Marilyn Lassen, Cheryl Logan, Marilyn Mendelman, Ben Merritt, Maddie Osborne, Anthony Paneth, Clark Patton, David Schulman, Eva Simons, Harriet Darrow Soboleski, Bernie Spire, Annette Turner, and Luca Zuchman. Mishe Berach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
We wish them all speedy healing. Amen. Will you turn with us, everyone, to page 282 and rise for Aleinu?
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד ארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובה מרומים, הוא אלוהינו אין עוד. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Page 287.
ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Please be seated. As we turn to page 294 for Kaddish, think of all those people in our lives who have passed away from this earth, and they exist now in our memories eternally. We are saying Kaddish at this early stage in the family's mourning. We are remembering Roz Greenberg, a member of our congregation, longtime member of our congregation. We are thinking of Pam and their entire family. We also want to recognize another death that happened in connection to our Temple Israel family. That's Ben Merritt, who signed the ketubah for Hannah Haff and Jeffrey this past summer. And he lent me his glasses. I will remember Ben fondly. And so they are all in the period of earliest stages of Shiva. Also, we recognize in the period of Shloshim, the 30 days, Paula Goldak, Barry Krumholtz, and Jack Madison. In addition, we want to recognize all those people who may have lost somebody within the last year. So if you count among them, would you please rise and quietly say the name of the person for whom you are saying Kaddish tonight? Thank you. And we add the following names. This is their yahrzeit, the anniversary of their death. As you hear your loved one's name, you'll please rise. Estelle Arndt, Miriam Mimi Balshon, Lee Boyman, Sam Borden, Gus K. Bowman Sr., Brian Caudill, Jack Cohen, Barbara Ellen, Sylvia Fireman. We remember Janet Glickman, Joseph Goldenberg, Max Goodman, Adolf Grinthal, Muriel Gundersheimer, Alfred W. Harmon, Howard Jacobs. We remember Minnie P.J., Rabbi Wally Kelter, Ronald Kaplansky, Mark A. Knowles, Donald Lehman. We remember Martha Levenstein, Sid Levine, Florence Leaf, Rob Millenthal, Benjamin Newman, Elaine Nissel, Helene Nussbaum, Helen Reichel, Isabel Seligson, Sanford Skolnick, Richard Siegel, Rose Teitelbaum, Irving Weinberg, and Herbert Wise. Are there any additional names? Thank you. We stand together as a congregation. Please rise. Page 294, the sacred words of Kaddish Yatom. Yitzgadal v'yitzkadash shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Be'olma divrach yiruteh v'yamlich malchuteh b'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael ba'agala uvizman kariv v'yimru Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam olamei olmaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei d'kudsha brichu. Leila min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata damiran bi'olma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru. Amen. May the source of peace bring peace to all who mourn, comfort to all who grieve. Zichronam livracha, let their memories shape us and shift us in all the right ways. Let them continuously be with us and inspire us. And we say, Amen.
Amen.
Please be seated, everyone. Unless your names ends with teal and you happen to be under the age of 30. So come on up, friends. We want to give you a few little gifts, my dear friends, Emery and Leo. So we have for you these lovely Kiddush cups. And you get to have a little drop of wine along with it. And I want to give you, in addition, paper, but really good paper, because this is from Jewish Columbus. What you'll find inside, you have many great gifts because of this awesome community that you are a part of. So now you're really going to start appreciating them because they gave you money. That's what they did. So first, for one thing, you have a B'nai Tzedek fund that's set up. What it means is that you get to be a young philanthropist. You get to share your money that gets put into this fund by all your friends here and elsewhere, and you get to distribute it to worthy causes. It's an amazing thing. It accrues interest. You're going to like interest the older you get. You'll be interested in interest. Here is a mazel tov from Jewish Columbus for each of you. They give you money. Yeah, we're going to switch in a sec. They give you a lot of opportunities to do cool things, such as going back to Israel. So, and it's kind of an extraordinary amount that they've just put into allowing kids to go to Israel. So excited. And that's going to happen sooner than you may even be thinking. In addition, a tree has been planted in your name in Israel, named in honor of memory of the son of Edie and Don Garlikoff. So it's very special. You are really well connected. That's going to be a good thing. And right now we want you to help us, if you will, and everybody here, to make Kiddush. So let's put a little dribble in each.
Okay, you guys ready?
And let's make Shechianu really quick, because when you get something new,
Yes.
you make Shechianu.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh.
Now.
And as we're getting ready for Kiddush, maybe somebody wants to find the kiddos to come and join us for Oseh Shalom after, but here we go. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kosho v'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron ma'aseh v'reshit ki hu yom techila lamikra'e kodesh zecher letziat mitzrayim kivarnu varcharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim ve'shabbat kodeshecha be'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu baruch atah Adonai mekadesh HaShabbat Amen. L'chaim. Take a
L'chaim,
sip.
mazel tov to you guys.
And if any kids want to come up and help us make motzi, who knows the motzi? I know you. Come on up. Eden, Naomi, Kayla. Get over here, Mr. Emmett. Here we go. You guys ready? Ceremonial
they all?
wash.
Ready?
Come on. Come on. Oh,
Did I give you?
my kiddos are here. Here we go. I think there is something under there. What do you think it is?
You gotta share your
Baruch
challah.
atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. You guys get the first piece.
You guys want to face everybody? We'll get you your challah.
Say shalom bimromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. What's up, Lego? Ve'al kol Yisrael. Go for it,
Don't try.
darling. Ve'al kol yoshvei tevel. Ve'yiru. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'yiru. Amen. Shabbat
Share with your brother.
shalom. Shabbat shalom.